Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I'm back with another one when they thought it wasn't going to be no another one. Shout out to FYBJ, man, for the snipe. Oh, man. But I got up a little early for me this morning. We did Triple Threat Friday, me, Mickey Truth, Music 101. Shout out to Iceberg Watkins for sliding through. Um, Go subscribe to all their channels. And we did Triple Threat Friday last night. If you missed Triple Threat Friday, you can go on Music 101 platform and see the Triple Threat Friday that we did last night. You can go on Mickey Truth platform and see the Triple Threat Friday that we did last night, or you can see it on this platform. Um, and see the Triple Threat Friday live that we did last night. We do it every Friday, where we cover the hottest topics in hip hop. And we all give our opinions. We cover the facts. Sometimes we, you know, have guests up who are close to the situation, who enlighten us on a lot of other information around the situation. But last night something happened in Triple Threat Friday um, that wasn't planned to happen. And what happened was some information came across Mickey Truth's um, desk. I'm gonna say desk. Mickey Truth's desk, and it was breaking news about JHE Rooga's snitching allegations. And we do what journalists do or bloggers do. We immediately changed directions and started discussing the breaking news. So shout out to Mickey Truth, the Truth team, for breaking that news, for at least breaking it with me. You know what I mean? Because I had no idea. But I didn't get to discuss the topic like I wanted to get to discuss the topic last night. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to do a live this morning, and I wanted to talk about the situation, read the paperwork, um, share my opinion, listen to you guys, and see what you guys um, think about the JHE Rooga stitch allegations. And if you don't know who JHE Rooga is, you've been under a rock lately, or you or you definitely need to get in touch with Chicago rappers, drill rappers. He's one of the top rappers out of Chicago. And I actually like Ruga's music, to be honest with you. My favorite Ruga song is For a Duck. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's like, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest with you. I think Ruga very underrated. Even though Ruga is popular as far as like everybody know, and who cover the drill scene or cover Chicago um rappers. Most of them know who Ruga is, but when you look at it from the grand scheme of things, I still feel like Ruga is underrated when it comes to his talent level and who he is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Ruga is known as much as he should be known. But yeah, we're gonna cover it though. We're gonna talk about it though. Hit that like button, hit that like button. Hit that like button on the way in. Let's see. Let me pull up the paperwork so we can discuss it. It was just something that was on my mind, just something that I really wanted to go over. I wanted because I didn't really get a chance to cover this topic last night. Um, but I do want to do this with you guys this morning. Let me look at it. Let me get the paperwork up. Shout out to Mickey True. Shout out Music 101. Shout out to the Truth team. Let me pull the paperwork up. J.H.E. Rooga. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna save that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go right here. Okay. So what this incident is talking about is, what they're talking about is they saying that it was like a traffic stop or something like that. And I'm finna get the date. Okay, so he was 19 years of age at the time. I'm trying to see the date on the paperwork. His charge of flee, attempt to elude police, obstruction, driver's view, stop at stop sign, driver's license permit, fail to carry, display. So these are all driving charges, like, or whatever. But what is alleged to have happened was, I'm finna read it. And again, this is because I didn't get a chance to really go over it last night. I think Nikki and Music went over it on Triple Threat. If you guys, know I stepped out for a minute, and this is when they covered this Rooga situation. So I wanted to get more in depth with it and cover it and talk about it with you guys. So it says, event summary, ASO, while assigned to violent zone, observed a vehicle bearing Illinois license plate, and it's given the license plate number, with a item hanging from the driver's mirror, obstructing the driver's view. AOs got directly behind said vehicle, while which time AOs could smell a very, hold on, could smell a very strong odor of cannabis emitting from the said vehicle. AOS's, I think it's AOS's, yeah. Then attempted to curb the vehicle at, and they given an address, at which time the vehicle stopped. AOS exited the police vehicle and approached the vehicle with sirens and lights activated. Hold on. Approached the offender's vehicle, at which time the vehicle sped away from AOS's. AOS continued to follow the vehicle with sirens and lights activated. While following the vehicle, AOS could see the front passenger throwing several smaller unknown items out of the vehicle. Vehicles continued on the Giver Street, 56th Street, disregarding the stop sign at Indiana and 56th, and continued to flee. The vehicle then turned right at the alley east of Michigan and came to a stop. AOs approached the vehicle, at which time the driver, Denzel Charles, offender number 1, did not produce a driver's license and was placed in custody. Denzel Charles, it says offender 1, was transported by B224R license and was placed in custody. And Mirandized by PO, and it gave the officer's name at such and such hours. At which time, arrestee Charles related that he got nervous because his friend had weed, at which time he pulled away from AOS and kept driving while his friend, offender 2, Wesley, was throwing the weed out of the window. Offender 1, prisoner personal property was inventoried under da-da-da. Offender is a member of the Gangster Disciples. Offender not on parole. No guilt, no trap, no orders of protection, no investigative alerts. Name check clear. Suspect cannabis was recovered from the Passenger documented under da 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 da. So this is what they saying. So this is the incident. So all right. So basically, let me tell you what happened. Now that I read that. So what they basically saying is that um the police jumped behind the car, right? Pulled the car over. Then they when they pulled over, I think they say I think they pulled over. When they pulled over, the officer said they smelled weed. They got out, and then the car pulled off. Rooga and them pulled off. When Rooga and them pulled off, the passenger in Rooga car went to throwing out weed. They pulled Rooga car over initially because they said he had something that was blocking his mirror, so he couldn't see. He couldn't see. So that was the probable cause that they used to pull Rooga over. So when they pulled him over, they said it smelled weed. Rooga and them hit it. So just imagine the police pull you over. They getting out the car, and right before they get up to your driver's side, hey driver, exit the vehicle, or do you have a license registration? You just pull off. They say that's what Rooga did. Pulled off. When he pulled off, the passenger started throwing weed out. The police jumped behind him. They doing a mini high speed. The passenger started throwing weed out. The police could see them throwing the weed out the window as Rooga and them sped away. Rooga and them eventually did stop. When he stopped, the police took him into custody, detained him, because now that's a fleeing elude. You can go to prison for fleeing elude, y'all. Let me tell you something. You can go to prison for that. You know what I mean? That is you might think it ain't no serious charge, but it is a serious charge, because a lot of times when people flee and elude, they end up wrecking out or crashing into other pedestrians' vehicles, and it's a lot of people that end up hurt or dead because of people fleeing and eluding. Here in Florida, they came up with it had got so bad one time, so they came up with a rule or a policy that police officers cannot high speed chase you. Boy, let me tell you something. we used to put their ass on one, boy. But listen, let me tell you something. We used to put their ass on one. When we found out that they couldn't high speed us, woo, as soon as they get behind us, woo, we gone. Especially if we got something on us that it makes sense not to pull over and get caught for. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying that way. Or if you go to if you got something that it outweighs pulling over. What I mean is, like, the charge that you may catch for pulling over. Oh, we hitting it. We putting the pedal to the metal, goddammit. We flushing that bitch. We got them Indy 500, Daytona 500 on there. And we would get away a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Because you don't know. But I'm just saying, yeah. So I'm just telling you how serious it is to flee and elude. So Rooga and them, they pulled over after he fled and elude, which is, that's kind of crazy to me, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't fleeing and eluding and then pulling over. What's that? I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of fleeing and eluding. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that he was trying to give his homeboy time enough to get the weed off him or whatever. I get it. But if I'm finna flee and elude, I'm trying to get all the way away. I ain't finna flee and elude and pull over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying, hold on. I'm trying to think, have I ever fleed and elude and pulled over? I ain't fleeing, eluding, and pulling over. At this, because once you flee and elude, that's a crime. So you going to jail if you pull over, regardless, because you flee and elude. You know what I mean? You evaded the stop of your vehicle from the police. That's a charge. You going to jail no matter what. Once you hit that gas and haul ass from that scene when they pulled you over, you going to jail. Ain't no way around it. So my objective at that point is to get away scot-free. So it's a full blown high speed chase, manhunt, helicopters in the air, all that shit once I hit that gas. So if it's me, I'm not fleeing and eluding unless I'm for certain going to jail if I pull this car over, or unless it's, I'll take that back. Because I will pull over knowing that I'm going to go to jail. I'll do that as long as the charge is a minor charge. If I'm wanted for something major, I ain't pulling over. Not me. I'm just saying. If I want it for something major, I'm not pulling over. If I want it for a misdemeanor, I'm pulling over. Let me tell you why. Because it's only a misdemeanor. I've seen this happen to a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people make their charges worse by running or catching more serious charges in the process of not trying to go to jail for a petty charge. Like, okay, say I'm wanted for a misdemeanor, and I'm driving a car, and the police pulling me over. I know I'm wanted. I know once they run my name, I know they're gonna find out I got a warrant. I know they're gonna take me to jail. Would I flee and elude then? No, because I'm only wanted for a misdemeanor. I'm only wanted for a misdemeanor. I got a license. I'm driving, but I got a misdemeanor warrant for whatever it is. I'm not running then. I'm going see a lot of people don't. That's why you got to know what you're doing. You got to know. You know what I mean? A lot of people make their situation worse. I'm not running then. I can go burn out on a misdemeanor. Misdemeanor ain't $50, $100. That ain't no damn money. I'm gonna get pulled over. They're gonna ask me my name. I'm gonna tell them my real name, knowing I got a warrant. They're gonna say, "Can you please step out the car?" Yeah, they're gonna put them handcuffs on me. They're gonna take my ass to jail, and I'm gonna go to jail. Whereas if you flee and elude in that situation, that's a felony. That's a felony. So you done flee and elude to keep from catching a misdemeanor. All right, I'll tell you, I did some dumb shit before. This is a real true story. Y'all know I be having them stories, right? Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Damn, what happened to my light? Hold on. Yeah. We bumping here. That bit went up. Oh, that bit got hot. I'm gonna let that bit cool down a little bit, y'all. Hold on. But look, I'm gonna tell y'all a story though. That shit got real. That bit got real for real though. I'm gonna tell y'all I did some stupid shit. Let me see. There you go. Hey, look. Let me tell you what I did though. One time I got pulled over, right? I got license and everything, right? But I got two bags of weed on me, right? I think it was like 2 nickel bags of weed too, bro. It wasn't even no serious large amount of weed. It was just like, I think I had done with the, I know it was in the middle of the night, right? So I think what happened was, I think I had ran out of trees and I wanted to smoke. Where I lived at, I lived in the hood. I lived in the hood at that time. And I got up and I jumped in my car and I went to one, you know, everybody know who got what in the hood and who got what at whatever time in the night. And I went, got some trees from somebody. I don't even remember where I got it from. And on my way back home, I got pulled over. Let me tell you about my dumb ass. The weed was in individual packaged bags. So when the police pulled me over, I took the weed and started chewing and put it in my mouth, right? Started eating it, right? I told y'all I got a bunch of destruction of evidence charges. I would eat weed. I done ate a bunch of shit, nigga. I'm telling you, a nigga called me Cookie Monster. I eat all that shit. And I got quite a few destruction of evidence charges. I'll destroy some evidence in a motherfucking minute. But I started chewing up the bag of weed, right? But it was still in the plastic. Let me tell y'all something. Don't never try to do that shit. Don't never try to do this shit. It's just like the plastic just balled up in your mouth. Police walked to my window. Police walked to my window. Police tap on the window. You know how they tap on the window with the doors there. Here go me. Roll the window down. So when I roll the window down, I'm trying to chew. I roll the window. I'm trying to chew right. I'm trying to chew the shit right. But he keep asking me questions, but I ain't talking because I got the goddamn. I'm chewing the weed, right? He noticed that I'm chewing. He immediately, spit it out, spit it out. Grab me, wrestle me out of the car, start beating me up. The other officer with him started beating me up, beating me up, beating me up, beating me up. Make a long story short, some of the weed ended up on the hood of the car. When they slammed on the hood of the car, it was like a little piece of the weed just popped out my mouth, popped on the hood of the car. They got it tested. It was a small amount of weed. I chewed up most of it, but the amount of weed they got was probably about that much goddamn weed. But it was enough evidence for them to charge me with destruction of evidence, and I ended up going to jail that night for destruction of evidence. Ended up catching a felony. Ended up doing, I want to say, 2 years of probation because of that. Now let me tell you how dumb my ass was. Not my dumb ass was. That was a felony. That ended up being a felony. If I would have just pulled over, got caught with the weed, it would have been nothing but a misdemeanor. You see what I'm saying? I made my situation worse by me attempting to destroy the evidence, and it's the same thing. What happens sometimes when you flee and elude, and the charge that you running from is not as serious as the fleeing and elude. So, but back to Rooga. Is this snitching? Yeah. Yeah. In a nutshell, this is snitching. This is snitching. I'm saying by the code. Per the code, this is snitching. I like Rooga. I like Rooga music. This is no way. This is no way a personal attack against Rooga. This is no way to smear Rooga. I'm a blogger, and I'm gonna blog on situations. This is not personal at all. I still like Rooga music. Let me tell y'all something, man. I cover these situations about people snitching and shit like that, though. But me and music talk about this all the time, or we have talked about this in the past. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? What I mean is, like, I'm not personally, emotionally invested in caring who's snitching, why they snitching, what they snitch. The only thing I'm doing here is covering it because it's content. But as far as me personally have an opinion or a feeling or emotion to these people for these situations, I don't have it all. I don't give a fuck. I'll be honest with you, I don't give a fuck. I still look at Rooga, the music, the same way. Because, like, I'm not in the streets no more. I used to be, you know what I mean, for a long, long time. I at my core, I'm still a street nigga. For real. I talk like one. I act like one. I just wisened up. I just learned. I just matured. So, and I'm a man. You know what I mean? I got responsibility. I got children, and I just grew up. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time, but I did. But what I'm saying is, what am I supposed to hate Rooga because he said what he said in this paper? I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him. I ain't finna be that emotionally invested in none of this shit. I'm just blogging on it. If you have some feeling towards him for the things that we just went over, the things that he said, that's your opinion. That's your business. I ain't hating on you either. Do you? You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just got to do with Rooga. It's anybody. At this point, I'm so burnt out from the snitching shit. I mean, every week it's a different rapper. Every week it's a different somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like becoming a never-ending story, and it's gonna continue to happen. We're gonna continue to hear more scenarios, stories, allegations of people being snitches. This gray area, people talking to the police but not being labeled snitches, people doing snitch shit and not being snitches, and people not doing snitch shit and being called snitches. And so I don't care. I don't care. But I'm gonna say this. Under reading that paperwork, he snitched because and I'm be honest with you, his co-defendant, his partner might not even feel a way about it. We never heard nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? It says Rooga was 19, but I'm just saying, when you break it down to what happened, it says Rooga, when he got pulled over, I mean, when he initially, when he initially stopped after the flee and elude, he told the police that he left, he fled because his friend had weed on him, and Rooga got nervous. That's snitching. That's snitching. You saying that that man had weed on him, even though they saw the man throwing the weed out of the vehicle when they was on a high speed, they recovered some of the weed, so they knew what was going on. But Rooga told them too. He said, "Yeah, he was throwing the weed out, and I got nervous, so I hauled ass." He told on everybody. He told himself. He told on the dude that was throwing the weed out. So yeah, that's case closed. That's case closed. There ain't no black and white. I mean, there ain't no mystery here, y'all. Like, you know what I mean? He told. He told. Let me read it again. I'm gonna just read that part. At which time the arrestee Charles related that he got nervous because his friend had weed, at which time he pulled away from AO's and kept driving while his friend offender 2 Wesley was throwing the weed out of the window. Offender number 1, prisoner and personal property was inventory. Yeah, he told. So yeah, Rooga told. This nigga was 19. If that, I mean, that don't matter. You know what I mean? You full, you in the gang, coach. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this though. I don't know how much weed it was. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, weed is even legal in Chicago now. It's weed legal in Illinois now. This was a while ago. This is I forgot what the date was. What Mickey said last night was on Triple Threat, but it was a while ago. So I would assume that it was before weed was legalized in Illinois, but it's legal now. You know what I mean? So, but he probably still would. Nah, he wouldn't have sped off because, they probably would have gave him maybe a citation or some shit for riding around smoking. So maybe they wouldn't have did nothing. I don't live in a state where weed legal, so I don't know how that happens if you get pulled over and you smoking a lot of weed. Where they just let you keep smoking your blunt while you talking to the police. That'll be dope though. You know what I mean? But I don't know how that. I don't know. I don't live in a state that weed is legal. But if y'all want to know whether JHE Rooga told, snitched, yeah, he snitched. By reading this paperwork, yeah, it's clear cut, black and white. Ain't no mystery in this history. He snitched. You got pulled over. You fled, and then you pulled over again once your Cody, like they say in Chicago, your rappy. Once your rappy got rid of the weed, the police saw him getting rid of the weed as they were driving away, while y'all was high speeding. They recovered some of the weed, and then once they got you in custody, you told them the reason why you sped off is because your passenger had weed on him. You got nervous and you sped off, so you could get him time to throw the weed away. That's open and shut. Yeah, he told y'all. Rooga told. So I don't know what y'all want me to say. He told, man. Rooga told, man. Rooga told. I'm gonna end this live. We're gonna come back later on with some more stuff because it's another situation that I want to talk about. But I don't want to pack it into this live. like, share, comment to this video. Share this video. Let me know how y'all feel. Do y'all feel that J.H.E. Rooga snitched? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all feel like he cool, he ain't snitch? Do you feel like it's gonna change your opinion of J.H.E. Rooga? Me, it ain't gonna change my opinion of him. I don't know him like that, but I like his music. And on the outside looking in, I don't really care no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care no more. You know what I'm saying? However the universe decide to proceed, it is what it is. I don't wish no harm on him. I ain't invested like that. I'm just a blogger blogging on the situation. But if you're asking me, reading the paperwork and the documents that J.H.E. Rooga snitch, hell yeah. Clear cut. Black and white. That's it. Chill.